What is up, guys? Good morning. We're here in Ecuador. It is the afternoon. We kind of did a little gym sesh this morning, got a little breakfast. But today, we're either gonna explore the city or go hiking. I think we decided on hiking. There's a big mountain right there. It goes up to like 15,000 feet. You take a tram, and then you can hike all around the mountain up at the top. So I think we're doing that. Check out this view. This is what we're waking up to every morning. This city is awesome. It's so cool. We've only been here for like 24 hours plus some. We haven't had a chance to go explore yet. There's a lot to go see here. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the downtown area. There's a few others in other parts of the country, so hopefully we get a chance to go explore some of these areas. We have a lot of stuff planned for the next couple weeks. It's just go, 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 boom, boom. So today's a full day here in Quito. Tomorrow we're driving to Tena, which is another town 3 hours away from here.
What'd you call it?
Tena.
Yes, good.
So, Rach, you want to show them the room?
Look at, there's a giraffe in the window.
What?
What
Oh,
cool
there
hair.
is a giraffe.
No.
All right,
This is amazing. Let's go.
We gotta go drive the streets. This is gonna be interesting. Adventure Girl's getting ready. Yeah? Get it ready. You ready for an adventure?
Yeah. I'm driving through the city. It's going to be an adventure. One-wheel ride.
All right, it already looks much busier than yesterday. Yesterday it was so dead here, and now it's like an active, bustling city. This place must completely shut down on Sundays. We're getting our car and we're gonna go brave the streets. We've heard it gets pretty crazy in Quito.
This is a curb. Where'd it come from? It's just...
Okay, so just got into our Chevy Spark. So we got a Spark for this trip, a nice blue little Spark. Let's go. All right, we're going. It should have only taken about 15 minutes to get from our hotel to the cable car called Teleferico. However, after an hour of trying to figure out the streets and battling traffic, we finally made it. All right, we just drove up to this tram car that we're gonna take to the top of the mountain. And I'm... Lock now? Okay, open it, lock it. No, open it, lock it. Now close it. All right, so we figured out how to lock the car finally. You have to close the doors and actually use your key to lock it and then turn on the alarm. It's not as intuitive as you'd think it is. But we just did the drive from our hotel, which was way down there somewhere in Quito, to here. And I've driven in a lot of countries and I've never experienced that. We've almost gotten crashed multiple times. The GPS kept taking us to these roads that just didn't exist. We'd be driving, we'd get to a road and there just wouldn't be a road and it'd be a one-way the other direction. It was absolutely insanity. So word of advice, if you're not comfortable driving in insane streets, do not drive in Quito, Ecuador. It's a lot. Once we parked, there was a single security guard who didn't say a word to us. We started walking around the group of abandoned buildings and found a strange amusement park with only a few people on rides. It was the Volcano Park. Don't really know what we just walked into. It's kind of creepy. There's no one here.
It's hilarious.
There's a theme park. This whole thing is bizarre, but we just got more and more hills to climb. Ah, man. Being at elevation like this is crazy. But there's a cable car up here, and the cable car is where we want to get. How's the elevation treating you? At the top of the hill, we finally found Teleferico, but again, it was in the middle of a bunch of abandoned buildings. It looked like the whole area was built for a large number of tourists, but they just never showed up. So we bought our ticket and jumped in line with a few other people that were there, and we were all curious what we're gonna find at the top of Teleferico. All right, we just got to the top and we're like 13,000 feet up here. You gotta see this view. Everywhere you go, there's always a dog hanging out, just chilling. case you're a little light on oxygen up here. The view from the top of the cable car is amazing, but the area was also filled with seemingly abandoned buildings. There's a few vendors selling snacks, some trinkets, but not much else. So we left the cable car area and decided to start hiking towards the active volcano in the distance. We're in the avenue of volcanoes. So like Cotopaxi, there's the other big one, and then there's all these which are smaller. By smaller, they mean like 14,000, 15,000 feet, so still massive. How you feeling?
Wow, we're going up that. I'm gonna tighten up.
After about 5 minutes of hiking, we stumbled upon a bunch of horses. We had no idea these were up here. Hey look, it's your new best friend.
Yeah, but these are like the prettiest horses I've ever seen. These are altitude horses.
These horses are awesome. We had no idea this was up here. Nay! Okay, to take a horse, it was 20 bucks for 2 hours and they take you to the top, or it was 10 bucks for like 45 minutes. We're gonna get some exercise in, climbing on our own. You know what, we might take a horse. That actually sounds like fun, to go take a horse around up here. We might have to. This elevation kicks your butt. It's unreal. Instagram story game strong. This is so cool up here. I think we are turning around. It looks like a big rain cloud is coming in. On the forecast, it did say rain. So up there, maybe we will not go all the way. Have to come back and climb this another day. I am climbing some of the volcanoes around here with Carlos. Soon, you'll see him in like a couple weeks because we're climbing some mountains up in Washington, but we'll be back. We'll climb that for a day. You can't see it, it's shrouded by clouds, but that's one of them we're gonna be climbing. It's a big volcano. Cotopaxi is out there. Another one we'll be climbing, so we'll be all over this region. The views up here are insane. So this entire valley is Quito. Not sure where it starts and ends. There's probably some other cities in this region, but it's massive. And you can see all of this is above 9,000 feet because Quito sits around 9,000 feet. It's one of the tallest capitals. It might even be the tallest capital in the world, which this is perfect for me to come hang out because I'm climbing in like 2 weeks. The tallest mountain I'm climbing in Washington is sitting around 9,000, 9,500 feet. So you can imagine that coming up to altitude like this, it's gonna help a lot when I'm actually on that climb. We made our way back down to where we found the horses and decided that we just had to do it. However, the temperature has definitely dropped and it looks like it's about to start raining. So we decided that we were gonna do a shorter horse tour, about 45 minutes, which only cost us $20 for 2 horses for both of us. The locals gave us no instruction, just showed us how to get up, and then we were off. We had no idea that, you could ride horses up here. This is a really cool experience.
Yeah.
We've been in Ecuador for less than 2 days, and already we've had like one of the most amazing trips with all the stuff that we've done so far. This is a pretty cool place to explore. As we started our journey into the hills, a few dogs decided to join us and followed along the entire trip into the tall grass, chasing bunnies. We had a guide with us the entire time who spoke zero English and basically was there just to make sure that the horses stayed on track. At one point, the horse didn't want to hang out with the guide anymore, and mine took off to go eat some grass down the hill. Our guide came running through the brush with the dogs, holding onto Rachel's horse, trying to keep us all together. It was quite an experience. Our horses took us through the valley and up to a viewpoint where we got an awesome view of the volcano before turning back. I didn't realize how long this horse was gonna go. I mean, we went all the way out, got a nice view of the volcano, hung out with the dogs. They're just hanging out with us. And then the trail basically goes around this entire valley here. It takes the whole valley and the horse just kind of takes you along. Now we're hiking up to the ridgeline. We'll come right down to where we started. We finished up the tour with an epic view of all of Quito as we came down a very steep hill. Both of us were extremely tired after we got off the horses, and we started heading back towards the cable car to get back down into the city. Dogs just pop out of the bushes everywhere. When we were doing that horse ride, they would see a rabbit and they would just dart for it and be like jumping. Couldn't get a shot of it. It was so cool to see though. Ecuador is really turning out to be a pretty adventurous place to travel for sure. We could see Cotopaxi in the distance. It is massive. There's clouds covering right at the snow line, so we're hoping before we get off this peak here that it will clear off a little more, but pretty amazing view. If this was a clear day, you'd be able to see volcanoes all around, ending at Cotopaxi, way out there. From the top of Cotopaxi, when it's a clear day, completely clear, you could see pretty much all of Ecuador, all the way down to the coastline, all of the mountains in the Andes. It's really wild.
We spent under $40 today, and we rode the cable car, rode horses, hiked to a volcano, had amazing tamales and coffee, and we're venturing for more now.
When we heard about the cable car, all we heard was like a hike and it was hard. We didn't realize that there's like so much up here, and the horses, there's mountain biking too. Like this is crazy. And people
I think you can mountain bike to the bottom.
Yeah, there's like some crazy downhill mountain bike, and you pay like, we saw that you could pay $8 for the mountain bike, but we didn't understand what you do. Like, it's just one of those things you don't really hear, like we never heard about any of this when we were doing our research for Quito. Like we heard people mentioned coming up here to see the views, but like this is a cool experience for sure. On our way down the cable car, Cotopaxi started coming out of the clouds. It just stopped and the whole thing is swaying. It's so...
Stop moving! What's wrong with you?
We need to start moving.
Sit still!
I had a few minutes, so I pulled out my drone and wanted to get one last shot of Cotopaxi in the distance. As I did, a group of local kids started running up and wanted to see what the drone was all about. So we hung out, flew the drone for a little bit, and the locals got a chance to see our little drone in action. This whole area up here, like next to the cable car, is very like creepy. It's very like post-apocalyptic zombie, like the escalators are broken, so they just kind of wall them off, and then like there's all these buildings that are just empty and there's nothing in them, but it seems like this used to be like a big tourist kind of place to go. There's nothing left besides like the few people working at the cable car. It's kind of weird. You want to go to the volcano park?
No.
No? All the locals like jumped around and wanted to watch me fly
asked the
Spark.
security guard if it was okay
to
fly, and he's like, yes, it's
great. It was great. Yeah, personally, I like to ask for permission, especially places like this with their security, because if there is an issue, the security guy said that it was okay. Yeah. And he's standing over my shoulder and he wanted to see it, so. But that was really cool. Although my Spark disconnected and I had no idea what happened.
The heck?
It just said disconnected, never connected, but it came back and landed, so at least I know the go to home works. Okay, now we gotta brave the streets and get back to our hotel. I'm not driving anymore. I just gotta get back, put this car in the valet, and be done.
The monkey grabbed my purse.
Oh, that's the monkey purse?
Yeah.
Monkey grabbed that purse.
Ripped it. See.
That was a while ago.
This is a dirty purse.
It's been old.
Yeah.
It's the perfect adventure purse.
It's my adventure purse. It's my purse I can toss
So,
around.
we just got cleaned up. Now we're headed out to dinner. To go explore the old city. I don't know. We were at 14,000 feet walking in the sun. I put sunscreen on.
You guys are...
I'm not driving. It's dark.
Yeah.
Taxi time.
Perfect.
Perfect.
It's not the very expensive one. They're the other ones that were very expensive.
That's great.
Hello, Julio.
Wow.
So our taxi driver gave us a suggestion to come to this place called something Hermosa, which is like a rooftop view of the entire city. This is amazing.
Super fluffed out. Good job. Okay.
couldn't ask for a better view to see the city.
And the food's probably amazing here. Oh my gosh. This is like the best. I don't see anywhere else that you see this view.
No. So we just left dinner. It was pretty awesome. Probably one of the best views of the city. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Amazing. Vista Hermosa.
Vista Hermosa. But
beautiful view.
From up there, we looked and there was like no other restaurants like that. So we were 1 block away from Plaza Grande. So that's where we're at now. This is like one of the things you have to see here in Quito. The rest of our night was spent wandering down the streets before heading back to the hotel. Tomorrow we're leaving Quito and we're headed to the Amazon jungle.